My name is Kenny Robinson. If you're new to my channel, I'm a full-time investor, and in this video I want to show you exactly how I receive monthly income from oil pipelines without lifting a finger. Let's get started. Alright, the way I like to invest in the oil industry to receive monthly income is through something called an MLP, or Master Limited Partnership. Now, the reason why I like this is because it's similar to a toll booth approach, and I'm going to put some graphics on the screen that explain this a little bit better and give you a little bit more of a visual. But essentially what the toll booth approach does is MLPs are midstream pipeline companies that are midstream, right, in the full stream of energy. So upstream you have your drillers and your explorers. Midstream are the transportation, the toll booth, and then you have the retailers, the refineries, and the people that consume it, right? You and I and the businesses that consume the energy. And so what's really nice about this is the toll booth approach is usually lower risk, and that's because these pipelines enter into contracts with the drillers and the explorers, long-term service contracts to transport the oil. So whether the price of oil is $30 or $130, the oil still needs to get from point A to point B and with an agreed upon price. And so what's really nice is, again, this is lower risk, obviously not no risk, but lower risk, stable income, like I said, from long-term service contracts and consistent cash distributions. Now, you won't see MLPs operate in any other sector than natural resources and real estate, and that's due to the tax structure of it. It's all pass through, and that's what we'll get to now. Is they are tax advantaged, meaning it's a pass through tax structure rather than a normal C corp where you have double taxation. You have the corporate taxation and then you have the individual taxation. So this is all pass through, meaning you get more bang for your buck, although now you have to file what's called a K-1, which is a lot more work, and you have to, account for your portion of, depreciation, your portion of expenses and everything like that. And while, yeah, that's great and everything, but just realize that that's part of the deal, but they are tax advantaged. Distributions are treated as a return of capital as opposed to income. So that's another nice tax advantage of an MLP, a Master Limited Partnership. But there's many, many midstream companies out there. And so how I like to invest is through an MLP mutual fund, right? And so a mutual fund for newer investors is, think of a basket. You can put all these different products in this basket. Well, the basket is just the wrapper, and you get to take advantage of all the products within that. Well, similar to this, and so this is a basket of MLP companies, which gives you the diversification among all the MLPs out there. What's really nice is also you have monthly distributions in this specific mutual fund that I'll get to in a moment. Monthly distributions versus most MLPs pay quarterly. So that's really nice, consistent cash flow, and no K-1, which is a big deal. And for those of you that have never had to deal with a K-1, you're probably thinking, okay, cool, it's easier to file with taxes. But no, it's a pretty big deal, no K-1, and again, 43 different MLPs. Of course, mutual funds come with an expense ratio. You're going to pay about 111 basis points or 1.11%, but I believe that's worth it. This is currently yielding about 10% annually. So that's really nice, and it's called the Oppenheimer Steelpath MLP Income Fund. The ticker is MLPZX. Now make sure that you pick the right ticker of the fund for your specific account, if this is even at all an appropriate investment for you. I'm just telling you what I like to do. Now, what's really nice about this is, again, of course I own Chevron and Phillips 66 and things like that, and Shell, but this is one of my favorite ways to invest in the oil industry, again, because of the toll road approach. I really like it. I love owning, something where it doesn't matter whether, they're drilling or not. Anywhere where oil and fuel and natural gas and propane needs to be transported, MLPs are the ones that do that. And for those of you who are new to energy investing or crude oil investing, crude oil is found in many things: rubber, plastics, many consumer durables, many consumer items that we use and consume every day of our lives. So just because you might be a Tesla investor or you're very into wind power and alternative forms of energy, crude oil isn't going anywhere, and especially natural gas, clean burning natural gas, which the US and North America in general has a large amount of natural gas. And so these pipelines are here to stay. And if you're looking for something that beats inflation and something that is a little bit less volatile than the drillers and explorers and the price of oil in general, I love this for monthly income. With that being said, hopefully you enjoyed the graphics that I put up on the screen. If you like monthly income ideas or dividend stock investing or investing in general, wealth creation, definitely check out the other videos on my channel. I try to upload at least weekly. If you have any questions, comments, things like that, drop them in the comment section below. I definitely read them all and I like to respond or make videos about them. If you're interested in certain things like high interest savings accounts and an investment reading book list, I have all that stuff in the description. And a lot of times a lot of questions can be answered within the description of the video. At 5,000 subscribers, I will be doing a live stream and giving away a Realty Income baseball cap. So with that being said, we'll see you guys next video.
Money, 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 money.